and it is going to change quite a bit post-exercise. That's why we're going to do it several hours after. Let's see, what else is on this that's important to talk about right now?
Do I have to drink those disgusting protein shakes?
No, we're not going to make you drink those disgusting protein shakes. You can if you want to. We'll leave that to a later discussion to see how you're doing and when we start to monitor your nutrition more. So we're going to jump into your exercise plan more. Okay, so your exercise plan, we're going to talk really quickly and I'm going to walk you through what I want you to do on your daily full body exercise, your strength, your balance training, as well as your stretching. Okay, so while we're seated, we can talk about some of the upper body movements. We can do a lot of them while seated. So I'm going to hand you one of these handy dandy little weights here. These are awesome. You can get these sets for extremely cheap. I know you're kind of intimidated by going to the fitness centers and gyms. These are a great alternative to help add a little bit of resistance, as well as they make these bands. I'm sure your family can help you. I'll write down the names of them and where to buy them. Amazon mostly is a great place for the best, most cost-effective items. So we're going to start with the arm, and we're going to work our way towards our central location. So we're going to have you do a bicep curl. So how we'll do this is we'll have you focus on keeping your elbow tight next to your body, going through the full range of motion, all the way up and all the way back down. And now we want to do that nice and slowly, okay? We're going to work on nice, slow, controlled movements. Perfect. That's a bicep curl. The next one we're going to get into is we're going to move up the arm a little bit further, and we're going to talk about the backside. So with the weight up, we're going to lift it up above our shoulders. We're going to do what's called a shoulder press. So the shoulder press, we're going to bring it up and slowly bring it back down in a controlled motion. Okay, that works our shoulder. Now we're going to go to the back of our arm. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to aim on getting our elbow up by the top of our head, and we're going to extend that arm all the way up and all the way back down. Super easy, perfect. You look like a pro. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to add in a row. Have you ever been rowing on a boat?
Yes.
Yes? Really?
No.
Oh, well, that's cool. Tell me the story. I mean, we live in a desert. There's not much water here. So a row is a motion where we're going to be pulling something towards us. Okay? So this can consist in the home of you putting some weight on a chair and sliding it towards you. That's going to help work a lot of those back muscles that we're not getting to in this. We're also going to work our chest. So we're going to do a push-up. And we can do a modified push-up where we're kneeling. We can do a push-up against the wall where we're leaning into the wall, supporting ourselves, and slowly going through the motion, and holding and locking out at the bottom and top of the motion, slow and controlled, or whatever you feel comfortable with. Next, we're going to start jumping into the lower body. So we're going to stand up. We're going to stand behind or next to our chairs. And we're going to go into what I like to call the kitchen sink exercises. We're going to be supportive to begin with. And as we progress and our balance gets better, we're going to start to go into the free weight domain where we don't have a support next to us. So this exercise plan is going to last for about 4 weeks. We'll meet again, reevaluate, and increase the difficulty of it. Okay? So for our lower body, we're going to do some squats. First squats are going to begin with our feet close together. And we're going to bring down nice and slow into a lower motion squat and bring up, keeping that chest high, back flat and tight. Next one is we're going to go wider stance. Do the squat again. This is going to start to incorporate different ranges of the leg. Next one, we're going to go just a little bit wider. We're going to squat again, keeping the knees behind the toes as well. Remember that. We don't want to hurt ourselves. That'll lead into our calf raises, where we are going to, or heel raises, we're going to hold at the top, count to 5, and bring back down nice and slow and controlled. Perfect. You look like a ballerina. Next one we're going to do is actually a leg flexion. So we're going to take our left leg, bring it in front of us with our toe up, We're going to slightly bend the right leg. We are going to push our knee backwards on that left leg, and you're going to feel the quad up here start to get tight. And we want to hold that for 30 seconds, and then we'll release and stretch it back out. Now we're going to work the back side of the leg. We're going to do the same thing with our hamstrings, and we're going to do a leg curl. So we're going to curl the leg, keeping our knees close together, putting our heel close to our butt. It's going to cause it to tight. We want that to squeeze. Kind of hurts me. And we're going to hold for 30 seconds before we release it again. Okay, we're going to do these for both legs. We're going to do 10 sets, or 3 sets, 10 repetitions. We're going to do it 10 times, 3 times through. The next one we're going to add leg abduction as well as adduction. Meaning, we're going to bring our leg from the midline out this way to the side, and we're going to feel out here start to squeeze, be nice and tight, and we're going to hold for 30 seconds before bringing it back in. That's abduction. Adduction is we're adding it to our midline, our center. So we're actually going to take our heels, lock them together, take our knees, and we're going to squeeze our thighs together as tight as we can, pushing our knees in towards each other. And we're going to hold. That's going to work the inside as well. Yeah, perfect base. Okay? And then we're going to go into hip marches. We're going to work those hip flexors, part of our core and our abdomen. We're going to do high knees, but we're going to do it slow and controlled. Working on controlling those type 1 muscle fibers. Perfect. That's kind of your full range of the lower body as well as the upper body. So that's a full body workout right there. Easy. Okay, we're going to go into our balance exercises and part of our stretching. We're going to do one-legged stands for 60 seconds without our hand being next to it. Okay, perfect. And then we'll do the same thing for the other leg. What else do we have? As well as an exercise ball. This is another thing as we get going. I highly recommend investing in one that's going to help you help stretch that lower back, as well as we can do posture exercises where you sit on the ball, hold your core tight, hold your back tight, and be able to sit. That's pretty much the gist of our strength training, balance exercises, stretching. We'll go through some of the stretches. So we'll begin with some simple shoulder stretches. These are going to help stretch the shoulder. If you can find something supportive to pull against, it's going to help stretch the chest. Overhead to stretch those triceps. Just similar to as if you were doing the shoulder press or tricep press. Leg stretches, you played soccer, so you're very familiar with those. I won't bore you with them. And then we will go into how you're going to feel the other day or days of the week. So doing the full body exercise as well as stretching and balance training, those are going to fill up about 4 days of the week for you. So we want to get a 5th day in and possibly a 6th day. I highly, highly recommend doing yoga. I know you don't like going, you're intimidated by the gym, but you can pull it up on the TV. You can use YouTube. It's a great resource to find a guided, meditative, or stretch-based yoga class. And I can help show you how to find some of those later. We're going to do things like walking. So we're going to walk at a moderate intensity, meaning we're going to elevate that heart rate. Just enough that our heart's pumping, but not enough that we can't talk, okay? We want to make sure to do this with other people so we don't have a blood sugar drop issue or anything, okay? And past that, I think that's about it. So I'll give you these papers for you to be able to take home with you. Thank you for your time, Mark. And 2 claps, and we'll call that a project. Perfect. Thank you.
I think my blood sugar's low. I need some dinner.
Time for dinner.